Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Brian Bond with BriCLOGGER. This is part 3 of my interview with the awesome Burton Edwards. Stay tuned for information on some big news he has about the stomping grounds and our conversation about clogging and the future of maybe us working together.
And the lead dancer for the so-called BriCLOGGERS was Sam Queen. You need to look him up.
Sam, how do you spell it?
Sam Queen.
Okay.
Q-U-E-E-M.
Got it.
Now Sam was a Burton Edwards before me.
Okay.
He was a man that had the foot. He had footwork.
Cool.
His dance team had formation work, and they were doing squares and sets. And he said, "We're doing no good. We're not winning." And he said, "Why don't we put our footwork in it from the buck dancing and flat footing?" And so they did, and they won everywhere they went. And that's really how square dancing got the footwork involved.
Okay.
You know, we have smooth, we have all these other categories. Well, years ago, it was just smooth. Or
that's where you kind of slide across the floor while you move, right?
That's right.
Okay.
There's no sounds. It's just real fluid, beautiful to watch the forms. But I actually prefer, and now once a night I love to watch it because they're beautiful formations. And even the slick shoes, the patent leather shoes on the cornmeal makes it.
Yeah, cool sound.
Cool sound. But I prefer the one that has the footwork in it. You know, our square dances that we do today, and our line dances, and our team dances, and all that stuff. But my grandmother, once again, danced for the Queen of England. And when the Queen of England seen them dance, she said, now I don't know if you knew this or not, but we were known first as mountain dancing. That's what it's known as. Mm-hmm. When they went to the Queen of England, she said, that looks like the clog of England with the wood shoes. And it came from dancing from President Roosevelt back to the mountains and the papers and stuff, and it got named clogging.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, clogging myself is a dirty word. You know, we're so much more than clogging. We're percussive dancing. We've incorporated, ballet. We've incorporated lifts. We've incorporated stage. All this wonderful stuff.
And the emotion captured in clogging is just it's so big that it's an art form. It is an art form. So I was trying to book shows, and I stopped calling it clogging and call it percussive dance. And the first month, I booked $30,000 worth of work.
Yeah.
That was the difference in perception.
I changed it years ago that I'm not a clogger. I'm a percussive dancer that loves flat foot and soft shoe, jig, Irish step dancing. And once again, if you simplify any one of those dances and be honest, they're very simple.
Very simple.
When you put them all together, though, they're very complicated.
Yeah. Everything's been done. It's just a matter of recombining it and doing it in a new way, maybe a little faster,
You know, Solomon in the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. Everything's been done.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story. I had this new step, and I'd always write a step. If I could hear a new song, I could write a new step. God would let me do that. I still can today. It's just if it's got a new groove or a new feeling to it, and it's got that groove line and everything of that bridge in it, something will click and it'll be new.
Yeah.
Well, I had this new step, man. I was so proud of it. And little Ruth Sutton, one I talk about a lot, who I've mimicked after a lot, he'd been in prison. This old man was crazy. In the winter, he'd do something mean to have to go to jail so he didn't have to work. He had free room and board in the winter. True story. Well, anyhow, and a great dancer, too. Amazing dancer. Here he come walking up the sidewalk, and I was getting ready to go to competition. I'd been working on this secret step of mine for 2 weeks. And I was getting ready to go to competition the next day, and I said, hey, little Ruth, hit me a lick. He goes, my exact step. Exactly. And I hadn't ever seen it before. So there's nothing new under the sun.
Did you ever start teaching the other class again? I saw you posted.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do a little bit of what you're doing online. I'm going to start doing a live class every day. I want to talk to you about get some feedback and information.
Absolutely. Well, I still, in all my classes, we do the Burtons. Like, I don't know if you call them Burtons, but everyone I know does. And then there's another step that I loved that I've done it since the 80s. I make every one of my students learn it. It's called the Long Burton, and it's all this buck and stuff, but it's all fast and smooth and cool. So,
you know, when we was in the Smithsonian, we documented over 200 steps back when I was 14.
cool.
And that's one thing, to get in the archives of that. I'd like to look back and see it myself.
Yeah.
I know it's there somewhere. But once again, somebody, and Talking Feet is a great, there's several of them out there, but Talking Feet is a great example to show just how diverse and how wide scale our dance is.
Yeah.
And like I said, this dance, it's not a religion, but it's, I'll tell you what, and I'll tell you what's lost and what we got to get back. The only thing we've lost is the community. And COVID-19's hurt us more.
Oh, yeah, it's been bad.
When this is all over, we got to start working on the community and get the community of dance back together. I'd love to see more real men involved, and I love everybody. Don't take that wrong, anybody.
No.
But I miss seeing the power. I miss seeing the role models of the young guys that they're strong and just old. Everybody. I want everybody involved, from a guy that's trained ballet his whole life to an old farm boy.
Yeah.
And I just love to see it, and that's such a great way to bring people together, and it teaches everybody that we're all God's children. But I'm just telling you, my passion is to see the strength brought back in to the dance. It's beautiful now. The last one I watched was about 75% cheerleading, and I'd like to see it back to where it's about 75% clogging. But
a lot of people don't even start with basic clogging steps anymore. They go right into toes and scuffs, and I'm like, you lose the smoothness if you don't know how to do drag slides.
And let me tell you something else. I look at your body, look at the way your ankles move, and look at the way your knees move, and look at the way you walk from what God gave you to work with.
Yeah.
Some's got more junk and some ain't.
Yeah.
Whatever you've got to work with, the way you walk. And if you'll dance like the mechanics of the body are, you won't have knee problems and ankle problems, and toe problems. But the kids running around on top of their toes, half of them are getting cortisone shots.
Some of them like this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And to me, here's the problem with that. It is perfect for one step a night. But when that is your basic, you've got a problem. Yeah. Let's go back to where we're dancing, we don't hurt the body. Let's go back to where we've got the power and the sound. Let's take those highlight steps that they've got and everything, because even they're going to start breaking down. I mean, I know a couple of the people that started, one male and one female, that's taking cortisone shots in their feet right now.
yeah.
We don't need that to abuse our body like that.
Nope.
So if you've got a step like that is so hard, say you're doing a jump through, that's good for one time a night.
Yeah.
You don't use that all night. Use that once.
Absolutely.
You get the highlight of the show or something.
It's more exciting just to see it one time than to see it 5 times over and over.
Then you wow the people with that focal point. Then you go back to the good, strong basics. And then, not only on the good, strong basics, you can have the best basic with the best drag slide in the world. But, you can play with the sound and the crispiness of it, and the volume of it, and the speed of it. You can be going.
So you know how to put on a show, Burton. I like the way you think. You get it.
Well, not really. I feel it.
Maybe that's it.
I wish I was around more people like you where I could perform.
It's hard out here in California, because here I live in California. There's 30 million people in Southern California, and it's almost dead here. And I've learned a valuable lesson in the last year and a half. I've been very successful with my clogging. It's all I do for a living, right? Not many people get that blessing, and I appreciate it every day. But
hey, my hat's off to you, man. Praise God.
But my lesson that I learned, and it's to a good friend, thanks to a good friend of mine with SoCal Clogging Association, and it's what you were just talking about, how important it is to connect and socialize with other cloggers and have that sense of community. Because I've been so isolated doing what I do that my students don't know. They've just started getting
They
it.
don't know what you were, what you accomplished.
And they don't know how fun it is to go to a workshop. And there's no competitions around, so they don't know what it's like to really win a first place. Not just get everybody wins one, right?
Do you remember that we stayed on the road? We went to school, on Thursday evenings or Friday evenings, most of the time Thursday evenings. We were getting on buses and motor homes and traveling all over the United States for how many years?
Yeah.
You mean, think, I've got 3 or 4 families. Me and Caroline raised probably 40 or 50 children.
Wow.
I have stories, you wouldn't believe this, and this is all true. I'm going to write a book someday.
I want you to.
I didn't go get my Class C license when I turned 16. I didn't take a car and go get a Class C license. I took a 4106 1969 GMC bus, Greyhound bus, and got my chauffeur's license. So when I was 16 years old, I was riding around 20, 25 kids younger than me, no parents.
Wow.
All over the United States dancing. Now, you couldn't do that today.
No.
You couldn't do that today, but it was such a time period we lived in. It was magic.
Yeah.
And then we would come back and dance at the stomping ground. Actually, I'm thinking about opening the stomping ground back up.
Is it closed? I was going to ask you if it's not open right now.
Well, they didn't open it this year because of COVID, but my dad closed it down because of COVID, of course. But since me and Caroline left, and we left in about 97, Bobby and Becky left in 2000, it just went downhill. But my dad was stern, and he wanted it run one way and wouldn't compromise. So now he's the point. He wants us just to take it over.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to.
Oh, good.
But, I'd like to live stream some stuff. I've got a lot of ideas. I really want to sit and talk with you sometime. I may fly out to California and spend a couple of days with you sometime and brainstorm on some of this stuff.
I've got some, like, as we're sitting here talking, my mind always, when I meet somebody else who's passionate about clogging, the wheels start to go. And I can't
help it. I won't sleep tonight.
When Brian Steele used to see something exciting in clogging, he used to go, ooh! I mean, that's kind of how I feel when I think about it.
No, the adrenaline, man, the adrenaline.
Let me ask you real quick about hee-haw and the hee-haw competition. Tell me what role you think that specific competition played in the evolution of clogging.
Okay, back to what I said earlier about how us as cloggers never had a stage. All we had was competition. Well, what Hee-Haw done is offered us a stage to get it on TV. Yeah, it was detrimental, amazing what it done for it. There was another show that helped a little bit, and it was called Fire on the Mountain.
Okay, I never heard of that.
It got music and dance on something. But Hee-Haw, and I'd like to see it even brought to another level where the people could watch the competition bits and pieces throughout the week and then see the finals.
Hee-Haw was the first and last time that cloggers nationwide had one focus, and that was to come together to that competition and do well.
You're right. Well, is all these organizations split, and they got all these different boards, and some of them's good, some of them's bad, but the bottom line is it got to be about money, and we got to find somebody that has the heart like me and you have. I want to make a living, and I want everybody to have good trophies and win money, but it ain't about the trophies or it ain't about the money.
Right.
It's about people getting together in the community.
Well,
I want to bring back community.
And I'm in a place in my life, I've gotten so much out of clogging, whether it's my career, financial success, TV shows, trophies, my self-esteem. I've gotten so much. I'm at a place where I'm ready to try to give back. So this year, like, for example, I'm going to try to do a clogging scholarship where I start to give away $500, $1,000 to a young clogger who's trying to go to school, but I don't want him to quit clogging just to go work at the pizza place. And I want that program to grow so that someday it's a bigger clogging scholarship that recognizes that this is an art form and I want people to continue it.
Why don't you let me get involved in the fundraising for that?
Let's do it. I think there's a lot of good things we could do together, Burton.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Man, I really enjoyed talking to you. We should have done this a long time ago.
Me too. And maybe
we'd like to follow up too. Let me thank think about some more things.
That-
I'd love to teach a few steps on
Oh.
downtime.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Hey, let me see.
Let's plan that one day.
I will do it for sure, absolutely. Because I try to do a guest instructor on my channel every 2 to 3 weeks, and so we've got some of the steps are so incredible we've had, and you would be such a great addition. It would be amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to show them do a few basics, some of the true old basics.
Yeah.
And then show them something new that the Lord sort of put on my heart the other day.
I love it.
But let's line it up for a week or so from now.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Let me ask you a quick question. Oh, so do me a favor. So you asked me on Facebook, how do you subscribe to my channel? So everybody out there that's watching this, I need you to help me out. So we started off in May at 170 subscribers, and right now we're at 960. So we picked up.
I'm going to get to 10 or 15 tonight.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
So we're.
I'm going to tell my family.
Okay, go for it. You're on.
Hey guys, listen, everybody. You got to help my buddy here reach a goal of 1,000. No, let's get real. Let's reach a goal of 2,000. And all we got to do is one friend tell another friend. It's all simple math, guys. If I tell one, and another one tells one, and they all tell one, he won't have 2,000. He'll have 10,000. But he deserves it. His heart's in dance. His mind's in dance. And we've got somebody out here that's really trying to preserve our heritage, the dance we all love.
Yeah, but for anybody that's watching, I'm not just doing the YouTube channel for me. I'm doing it because I want to give back to cloggers. I want to share steps. I want to bring people together. COVID sucks. Yeah. COVID sucks. But my channel, we brought people from... Go ahead.
Let me tell you what it's going to do, though, brother. Okay? You got me going?
All right, go for it.
COVID-19 sucks. But it's going to be a blessing. I'm going to tell you why. Dance, music, everything goes in cycles. That's just the way God's done it. Like global warming, everybody's got their opinion, but I believe God's got this whole world worked out. And it'll be here when Jesus returns. He ain't do much, can't get out. When they get the vaccination and everybody gets to where they're comfortable with it, everybody's took it, what's going to happen then? People's going to they're going to want to get out. They're going to want to dance. They're going to want to have community.
Yeah.
They're going to hug. They want to love on each other.
I agree.
Dance together. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to be ready for it. It's a stomping ground.
I love it.
And we're going to team up on some stuff. But I promise you, your timing's perfect on wanting to get this, because as this COVID-19 stuff passes on through, and it will, the timing is perfect to bring back the music, the dance, the competitions, the workshops, and people's going to be hungry. See, we don't really understand. In one sense, it's making people stay home, and yet they got more time to find you, to find me, to look your stuff up, to maybe learn to dance at home, and nothing else get them motivated, so that when they can come back, we need to get this community back, not just for dance, but for our world, for our country, for our love of our friends and family and everything else.
I agree. Burton, I've so enjoyed our conversation, and I've always looked up to you. I've always had a lot of respect, and I think I even have a little more now, which is hard to imagine, because I like the way you think, and you've got a great attitude. Thanks for talking to us.
God bless you, and everybody please subscribe. He's my buddy, and he's a winner.
All right, you too, man. I'll be in touch.
Get all them next week.
All right, bye.